Hi everyone, NDK here, and here's a video on 5 tips to rank up in Rocket League. First of all, I want to preface this video by saying I am not the best at Rocket League by any means, and I would consider myself a mid-tier player. I'm not very good, but I will show you my ranks. I'm sitting at Diamond 2 in Standard and Diamond 1 in Doubles, but in Solos I'm sitting at Plat 2 just because I don't play a lot of Solos and for some reason I just don't find it as enjoyable as playing doubles or triples. I think solos is a very good way to gauge how good you actually are in your mechanics at the game because nobody can cover for you at that point. It's literally just you against one other person and who's mechanically better, but it's also about decision making, and kickoffs are a very big thing in that too. But first off, let's get started with the first tip. So the first tip before you hit start and playing and queuing into whatever you want is just to take a step back and go to training. Um, so my first tip is warming up. You can do this by either going in a free play, using custom trainings, the standard trainings that are already there, or you can go into workshop maps. My favorite way to warm up is with the workshop map, the dribbling challenge number 2 by French Fries. Um, this map is by far one of my favorite training maps because it's tough and you really gotta focus on improving. So this map really taught me how to dribble. Before I was never able to dribble well because I would always, if you notice the ball indicator on the ground, it doesn't move. Oh wow. The ball indicator on the ground doesn't move. When I found myself trying to dribble in free play, I found that I was always looking at the ball indicator instead of where I actually needed to be in order to keep the ball up. Um, this really changed like the perspective for me because I had never really understood what I needed to do, but that just playing that for 20 minutes a day will greatly improve your car control and your basic mechanics of the game. And being able to dribble is never a bad thing either. You don't want to rely on that completely, but you do want to use. It's just one of the tools in order to better your game and warm up before a game. I would say another great thing to do is just go into free play for like 3 to 5 minutes, maybe even less than that. Just like a couple minutes is all you need in order to just really warm up your fingers and be able to pull the muscle memory that you've like gained just from playing the game and really just be ready to play. It's all about getting into the right mindset in order to win. And you also find yourself you'll be connecting with things more, and you'll basically just play better overall when you're warmed up. I found that after warming up, I'm much better than when I am just hopping into competitive just fresh. And I find that I have more fun as well because I'm winning more. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. I think warming up is very underrated and most people don't do it. They just hop into competitive and ask themselves, why am I losing all these games? Why am I not like connecting? You know? It's the basics. Like you warm up for sports as you would like any other game. If you're playing actual soccer, you go through a warm up. You show up an hour before the game or something, and you're there to really like get into the right mindset to win the game. It's the same thing with Rocket League. You can use it for anything really. If you want to work on your flicks, then you just come in the start. You just dribble a little bit. Oh wow, that was a bad example. But you come into the start and you just work on flicks. You just do it over and over again until you find yourself comfortable. That's what I like to do though. That's just me. Sometimes I just go straight into it and try to hit a backboard shot or something because I feel like I need to work on backboard shots, so I just keep doing that. Um, there are a lot of good custom trainings as well. If you go into the feature, these are the best ones that are featured. I like to go through the browse. I like redirect trainings because it really works on your aerial car control, and Squishy's backboard shots is very good, but I think a very underrated custom training is goalie. The goalie trainings are really good because a lot of people focus on striker trainings where it's not really as, they think it's not as important if you can score a lot of goals, but I think being able to play goalie is very underrated in this game. I think winning this game is really all about good defense. Have you ever tried to play against anybody who's really structured and just knows how to play defense really well? It's kind of frustrating. Anybody who plays ones will agree that any ones player is going to be extremely good at defense if they're like pretty good at the game, and they just find that ones is really all about defense, in all honesty. Just capitalizing errors of your team, or not your team, but the opposing team is really important. Defensive mistakes are where goals come from. So I believe it's really good in order to become comfortable with clearing the ball, and also just being able to make the saves when you need to. But basically that's my first tip for ranking up in Rocket League, is just to warm up. My second tip for ranking up in Rocket League is just to improve your mechanics. So taking time instead of just playing to improve your car control is something that will greatly improve your mechanics. So things that you can do that to improve car control is just go into free play and do things just like try to mess yourself up. Like try to keep yourself in the air and do it with air roll and without air roll. And you'll find where the things you need to work on as well. Or if you need to work on dribbling, you can do that in free play. Or you could use the workshop map. But I think the basic things, should be worked on first. Basically, basic things just like striking the ball and playing a little bit of goalie. The basic trainings in Rocket League are really underrated, I think, as well. I like the goalie trainings because it really focuses on what you need to do to win the game. And it really helps you just really become better at the basic mechanics of the game. Basically, you just want to go through and see what you need to work on and take the time to learn it, you know? But yeah, that's basically that. Just improving your car mechanics. I can make a better video and go more in depth about it, but I think if you want to work on dribbling, then the dribbling challenge number 2 is definitely your best friend. If you want to work on aerials, then the aerial training is good. The custom trainings, just redirects are very good. There was a redirect that I really liked. I know the flying pancake was one of them if you're on PC. The Loridus redirect training pack is very good. I do really like that one. But there's a lot of stuff. Backboard shots by Squishy is another one. Just improving your general mechanics is definitely one of the best ways to rank up in Rocket League. And I think most people just don't take the time to just sit around and free play. They don't take the time in order to really hone in and improve certain aspects of the game. They like to do what they're good at, which is what most people do, and I used to do it. But just because you're good at one thing, it doesn't help you win games that way, if you get what I'm saying. You can pull off all the air dribbles you want, but if your positioning or your basic mechanics, just shooting the ball, is bad, or if you can't play goalie at all, then you're not going to be able to win as many games as you would like. So for my next tip, I hop into a doubles game real quick, and this tip is going to be about rotations. So in this, I'm just going to explain a little bit about my decision makings and my positioning. So I'm going to go get Boost because he's got the kickoff, of course. I'm going to challenge this because he just got he just got the kickoff and I got the boost and I'm closer to it. I'm going to keep challenging that because I know he's back in the goal, and I'm going to let him go after this one because he's closer. Right there, he probably should have let me and trusted me in order to get that clear, but instead he went up and we double committed. So I'm going to go for this because I see him going forward even though I don't have boost, just to keep pressure up, but now he's going for it, so I'm going to go back and go mid for a pass, but unfortunately he messed up, so I'm just going to stay down. And I'm going to clear and keep following. Oh, that was a bad challenge. But right there, he should try to buy time so I can get back. And I can challenge that because I saw my teammate was back, and I'm going to... Oh, wow. I didn't mean to front flip there, but my teammates got it anyway. But right there, I just turned because to keep the pressure up. Right there, it was close where my teammate should have scored, but you see how he rotates out in order to get back. These guys, one of those guys should have challenged me there instead of both of them staying down on the ground. One of them should have challenged on the first touch. So basic things like rotations, basically if you out-rotate your opponent, then you're most likely going to win. Oh wow, I backflipped. That's all good. So my teammate's in the goal. I'm going to try to trust him and go up for a pass. That was a close one, so I'm going to go back. I don't have a lot of boosts, but I'm going to let him challenge. They just took that boost. So I'm going to stay back and let my teammate go for that and just kind of cover the mid area. He did a really good job of winning that challenge and recovering in order to get the goal there. One of these guys, so the first guy committed to the first challenge, or did they double commit? I'm not too sure. Either way, they were both caught out of position, and that was just an easy goal for him once he got the clear. So I'm going to go after this because it fell right to me. I'm just going to boom it for my teammate to buy time a little bit. And I see him turning, so I'm going to stay mid. I'm going to go up for this because I thought I was going to get there before him. And my teammate's in a spot where he can get back anyway. I can go straight back here because my teammate's challenging, and I can get boosts. And, oh, good bump by that guy. I was just going to keep pressure up. So I'm going to rewatch this one and see where we went wrong. On that one, the bump sent me way out, and my teammate missed the boost, which is unfortunate. So I think he could have gotten to that, and everything would have been fine. He rotated well. It's just the fact that he missed the boost, so it's not really a big deal. So I'm going to see my teammate still mid. And I have to challenge that because the guy went up and my teammate was on the way back. I'm going to try to get a bump here. I see my teammates going for that, so I'm going to rotate back mid and maybe get into an area for a pass. So I'm just going to buy time, fake challenge there. Oh, lag. What in the world? I see my teammates off the roof, so I'm just going to stay back a little bit. But these are just the basics of rotations, and just being in the right position is definitely all you need. I'm going to end this tip right here just because of the lag, and it's probably going to be quite hard to watch. But learning how to rotate, I will have a video on more in-depth video on rotations and spacing after this, but these are just general tips, so on to the next one. My fourth tip for ranking up in Rocket League is to just trust your teammates and pass. Passing is definitely another way of scoring because it's really unpredictable in terms of when you do it and how you do it. Passes can be on the ground, they can be in the air, or they can just be a straight boom as well. It keeps it really unpredictable for the defense to try and stop your attack, and you probably wonder how many times you just end up, either you or your teammate just end up dribbling straight into the opponent as well. I feel like I see it way too often where people don't trust their teammates in order to make it clear, so they're out of position or they end up double committing in order to try to make up for their teammates' mistakes just because the simple fact that they don't trust them, or just the fact that they dribble straight into the defense because the teammate may be in a good spot, but they don't end up using them because they don't trust them at all. I think trusting your teammates is definitely an underrated skill that most people will not ever learn, and just because if you always feel as if your teammate is the problem in one of your games, you should probably take a step back and look at yourself and your own gameplay. Maybe rewatch a couple of your games and see how if you really utilize your teammate, how much easier it would have been to score, because it's really hard to read. I know, because I find it hard to defend against teams that are really good at passing, and the fact that they know when to pass just makes it very hard to really anticipate in order what's going to happen next. My fifth and final tip for ranking up in Rocket League is it's not anything about the game, but it's more in the mental aspect. My last tip is to not tilt. You've probably heard this multiple times, but I think tilting is the #1 way to derank in Rocket League. Just because when you put yourself in a more negative mindset, then you're already going into the next game with a negative mindset, and you're probably not going to play as well. If you find yourself tilting a little bit, I would say just take a break, maybe play a different game, or just take a step back and just try to have some fun with the game. It's really easy with the Rocket League system with the quick chat, in order to, like, hey, say if your teammate makes a bad clear and it ends up in the opponent's court and they have a shot and maybe score off of it, then it's really easy to say, just to spam the great pass a few times, or if they miss an easy save, just to go, what a save, what a save, what a save, right? But also, how many people do that to you? I think that just staying away from that and just keeping things positive will help you and your teammate play better and have an overall better chance of winning the game, and which will in turn just help you rank up in Rocket League and maybe get to the higher tiers. I think that the mental aspect is definitely one of the most important parts, because I know that it's very frustrating to play this game sometimes if you have a teammate who probably does not belong in that rank, or they're just having an off game. Everybody has off games. I know I've had them, so that means that most likely most of you have had off games as well. And it doesn't feel good when somebody else says, oh, hey, you suck. And if you're playing on PC, it's really easy to just type something in very fast, or just in general, really. Even Xbox with the quick chat, or PS4 maybe. But I would say it's definitely good to just keep a positive mindset, and it will definitely help you rank up more consistently, instead of just going on tilting episodes where you just derank from maybe, like, let's say like plat 3 all the way to like gold 2 or something like that. It happens. I've seen it happen. So I would say just keeping things light-hearted, and just remember that in the end it's still a game, and the purpose of the game is to have fun. So tilting's not fun. These have been my 5 best tips for ranking up in Rocket League. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment below, and comment anything you would like to see more in depth, either rotations, passing, or car control, ways to improve car control. Anything else really, any requests or anything like that. I do stream on Twitch every now and again. My channel is twitch.tv/KDN7, I believe. I'll link it in the description below. And if I play games such as like PUBG, Rocket League, maybe occasionally League of Legends, but I just like to have fun with my games. It's just all a chill time. It's nothing crazy. Please check me out if you can, though. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, everyone.